All right, guys, so what we're looking at right now is a little bit of a different looking session in Logic, and that's because I have condensed some tracks, I have muted some, and I froze some and bounced them or exported them to audio or either made groups. I did that to lessen the CPU load on my computer because I'm screen flowing this and tracking vocals, so I have the latency quite low right now for Luna, who's in the booth. Now, what we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be checking out just some general tips and tricks and guidelines on tracking vocals and how I like to get what usually turn into good results. It's not 100% of the time, but most of the time, this process works for me. So let's check that out now. So I have everything going into the UA Apollo console, and I'm using the Neve 1073 Unison preamp on the vocal, and I've muted the input coming into and out of the Apollo. And if you guys use Apollo, or maybe you want to look into Apollo, this is a pain in the ass for me to figure out. It caused all sorts of issues. Basically, you have this unmuted. You'll hear it twice. You'll hear it in the console and you'll hear it in Logic. So I've muted it, and this is where her vocals are going to be. So I have it set to about -1.5, and you'll see as we're recording, she's coming in not super hot, not super quiet, just kind of in the middle, so it gives me room to play with it. But you guys hear all that. We're going to start tracking in a second or so. So we're going to cut away, and when we come back, we're going to start the whole tracking process. Right now, the way we have it set, the volume levels on all the tracks are pretty low, and that's because Luna likes to have one ear off, right?
Yep.
Yes, so she, when she tracks, she has one ear off on the monitor headphones that she's using. And I didn't want to set up a Q mix on this because it seemed kind of pointless because I've barely mixed anything in this. Is just kind of the idea, the scratch track. So what I did was I literally just played the music, had her talk and sing while the music was playing, and had her turn down, and I turned down the music or adjusted her volume to get it where it's comfortable for her. And do you like recording with effects on, or do you want anything on? Because right now it's completely dry.
I don't know. I don't really care because I can't really hear a whole lot, honestly, that's coming out of the headphones because I'm listening more to myself in the room than I am in my phones.
But yeah, she brings up a really good point because some vocalists, singers, artists, if they haven't recorded a lot, they may not know that you can get a better take oftentimes taking one ear off, so you actually hear your voice and the physical response in the room or environment that you're in. So Luna's been around the block a time or two. This isn't her first rodeo. I could probably make a bunch of more puns. She's recorded a lot. So yeah, that's why she does it. So I would say it's always smart, I guess, to ask your vocalist, your singer, do they want maybe a reverb send or something to soften it up? But she's like, whatever, she's chill, so it makes my life a little bit easier. But yeah, so everything's set up pretty basically, I guess. I literally have nothing on her input. You can see that here, and this is my talkback, and this is the microphone that I'm currently jabbering into. All right, so without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to just start tracking, and you guys will get to see a little bit of that process. I'm not going to show you the tracking for the whole song because sometimes it takes 20 minutes, sometimes it takes 40 minutes to an hour, considering doing doubles and all that sort of stuff, and that would be excessive. But you guys will get to see a little bit of this process, how I do it. If you guys have ever wondered how it's done, or maybe you're curious if your workflow is, there's no wrong or right way to do it, but this is the way that I've developed over the years. All right, Luna, you want just the pre-roll through the, one time through the chord progression and then come in?
Yeah.
Okay. How is the click volume for you? I feel like it's gonna come through the headphones. It's pretty loud.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. Let me turn that down. And latency's good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So off video real quick, we had a long-winded discussion, and we decided to throw in some drums.
It was not long-winded at all. It was, hey, do you want drums? Yeah, I guess that would be nice. Okay.
It was a straight-up filibuster. All right, you want to go just once through that chord progression?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's where the drums start. It's not. The drums start where you start singing, so
all right.
Live with it.
Okay. They say that there's no such thing as fate, but I don't trust much of anything that comes from mouths that I can't see or touch. But you got lips that I can feel, hands that hold and eyes so clear. You can see me through the smoke now, got me feeling like I'm home now.
All right, guys, so we're going to stop and break in this video right now. I'm not going to show you the entire process of tracking vocals because it's a lot of just back and forth talking, taking a bunch of takes. But in the next video, we're going to talk about the vocal editing process that I typically like to employ, whether it's feature bass, whether it's any genre. So if you guys are interested in that, continue on to the next video. If you guys don't care about recording vocals, head on to the next sections where it's more feature bass oriented. But I'll see you guys in the next video.
If you like this course, why not head over to sonicacademy.com, where we have hundreds of complete track builds in every genre imaginable, including all the project files and samples. You'll also find tutorials on plugins and synths, mixing and mastering, over 250 tech tips, artist interviews, along with our award-winning plugins, samples and preset packs.